What's going on, ProActivators? This week I've been reflecting on two powerful forces, resistance and focus. And the more I think about it, the more I realize something. You see, the moment you decide to get serious, the moment you decide to stop drifting, the moment you stop letting distractions direct your life, resistance, guess what? It shows up. Not maybe, but always. Doesn't matter how motivated you are. It doesn't matter how clear your vision might be. It doesn't matter how many books you've listened to, podcasts, or books that you've actually read. The second you move with intention, resistance responds. And most people don't realize that. They think something is wrong with them. They think, why is this suddenly hard? Why do I feel tired now? Why am I doubting myself all of a sudden? Because guess what? You got serious. That's why. Resistance appears the moment you decide to move forward with intention. It shows up as procrastination. It shows up as fatigue. It shows up as doubt. It shows up as little whispers that say, you deserve a break. It shows up as comfort disguised as rest. And if you are not aware, guess what? You will fold. Because resistance rarely announces itself. Doesn't knock on the door and say, hello, I'm resistance. I'm here to stop your growth. Nah. It feels reasonable. It feels justified. It feels comfortable. It feels logical. It feels like self-care. It sounds like you've been balanced. But it's a test. And here's the truth. Strength is built by defeating resistance. Every time you face resistance and you push through, you get stronger. Every time you override comfort, you get stronger. Every time you refuse to quit, you get stronger. You are doing mental reps. You are pushing heavy iron. You are in the gym of your own mind. And just like in the gym, strength is built through resistance, not comfort. Think about it. If you walk into a gym and only lift what's easy, you don't grow. If you stop the moment it burns, you don't grow. If you put the weight down the second it gets uncomfortable, you don't grow. Growth requires tension. Growth requires friction. Growth requires resistance. And the same applies to your focus. The moment you decide, I'm locked in, I'm cutting distractions, I'm serious about my calling, I'm serious about my health, I'm serious about my finances, I'm serious about my family, resistance responds. Suddenly, you're more tired than usual. Suddenly, your phone feels like it's magnetic. Suddenly, scrolling feels justified. Suddenly, you need to check something. Oh, let me see the weather. It's interesting how that works, huh? Resistance doesn't show up when you're drifting. It shows up when you're advancing. It doesn't attack stagnation. It attacks momentum. So if you're feeling resistance right now, that's not a sign to stop. That's a sign you're moving. And here's where it gets powerful. When you stay focused and keep pushing forward despite resistance, something shifts. You enter flow. Now, flow is not magic. It's not accidental. It's earned. Flow is what happens on the other side of sustained resistance. When you refuse to quit. When you stay locked in. When you keep showing up. When you keep pushing through that invisible wall. You cross into alignment. And in that state, resistance cannot survive. Distractions lose power. Doubt becomes noise. Clarity sharpens. Momentum builds. You feel grounded. Let me take that back. You are grounded. You are aligned. You are locked in. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions move in the same direction. There's no internal argument. There's no tug of war. There's no negotiation with your excuses. You're just moving. And that is power. That is the ProActivator state. It's not hype. It's alignment. It's when who you say you are and what you actually do match. But here's the key. Awareness is the difference. If you are not aware, resistance will feel like comfort. It will feel like rest. It will feel like you deserve to stop. It will feel like you've done enough. And you will fold. Not because you're weak, but because you misidentified the moment. You thought it was time to relax when it was actually time to push. Awareness changes everything. When you are aware, you recognize resistance for what it is. You can literally pause and say, oh, there you are. You can feel the pull towards comfort and say, this is the rep. You can feel the fatigue and say, this is the weight. You can feel the doubt and say, this is the test. And instead of folding, you push. Not recklessly, not emotionally, but intentionally. This week, I faced resistance. Now, it wasn't dramatic. It wasn't loud. It was subtle. It was heavy. It required effort. It showed up in moments where it would have been easy to delay, easy to scroll, easy to postpone, easy to justify slowing down. And I had to make a decision. Fold or push. And I pushed. And on the other side, I found flow, clarity, momentum, peace. Not because resistance disappeared, but because I moved through it. And that's what I want you to understand this week. Resistance is not the enemy. It is the weight that builds your strength. It is the friction that sharpens your focus. It is the test that reveals your level. Flow is not given. It's earned. You don't wake up in flow. You fight your way into it. You push your way into it. You align your way into it. So if you feel resistance, good. It means you care. It means you're moving. It means you've decided to get serious. Stay focused. Stay aware. When comfort tries to disguise itself as permission to quit, recognize it. When doubt tries to whisper you back into average, recognize it. When procrastination tries to feel logical, recognize it. And push through. One rep at a time. One decision at a time. One focus block at a time. You are stronger than you think. You are more disciplined than you've proven so far. And the version of you on the other side of this resistance is waiting. Don't fold. Push. And have a powerful week. This is Gabriel, the ProActivator.